everybody. I want to welcome you to our first, what we're going to call Table Talk. And this is just going to be an opportunity for us to just take a moment to talk about a question, to talk about a topic at hand. Hopefully we'll produce these as often as we can, just 3 or 4 minutes, just to be able to divulge into a question that we may have or that you may have. So along the way, if you have questions that you would like to hear us chat about, you can email us, you can send them to us, and we'd love to talk through those. So tonight we do have a question. Our first question that we're going to try to attack is, what good things can come out of this pandemic? What good things can come out of this pandemic? We hear so often of the negative things, but we believe in the midst of this that God may be doing some good things as well. So what do you guys think? What good things can come out of this pandemic?
I think it kind of falls into 2 categories. The first category would be the church, and the things that I've been reminded of in the church is that church is more than just a building. I'm thankful that we get to meet together, and when we meet again in the future, I'm excited about that time, but I'm still very thankful that the church is more than a building. It's about the people. And then also personally, I've been reminded of the fact that I do not have control, that there's situations in which I cannot change the situation. This is just the situation, but I can change how I respond to it. And so I've been reminded of that, and just reminded that you can find joy in every situation.
Yeah, I was trying to think this through. I think I agree with Dale on the corporate side. I was just reminded that as a church, I remember growing up as a child hearing, church is not a building, it's the people. And I think this pandemic has really given us proof of what we've always said, that the church really is made up of people and not the building. Building's important, but the church is made up of people. Something that's interesting. I think the other thing we can learn, if we're asking questions, so what do we get out of this pandemic? I think we can learn of the importance of faith. We know we can trust in God, and in our own personal lives, we've come to the point where we've recognized that faith is not being able to understand. We've always said this, faith is not when you understand everything. Faith is when you trust the person who does understand everything. And I think if we're honest, we would admit that we've probably have all experienced a few moments of anxiety through this thing. And what has come out of it is that we can trust God. And it has deepened our faith and deepened our understanding. On a less spiritual note, I would say that it's helped us break routines. And I think that's been one of the benefits. I think sometimes we just get so busy doing things that to break the routine makes us question, why are we doing this? Do we need to do this? Is there value in this? And part of breaking the routine has also meant we've had more time, perhaps, with people that we love than we normally do because we're not running in so many different places.
Yeah, I think as well, and I have a 2-year-old at home, and there's been a lot of moments that we've gotten to have because we're not going 90 to nothing. I know some of us have opportunities where in the mornings it was hurry up, get ready, get dressed, get to school, get to work. Well, there's still work going on. We're still working. Leah's still working. I'm still working, but you can take the day a little slower, and you've got a chance to kind of take your breath. And I feel like the Lord has provided us with beautiful weather along this pandemic, and we have been able to go out in the middle of spring in the evenings and take more walks. When every other event that we have that we've called fun or entertainment, it's been taken from us. So you've found the joys of playing board games with family and enjoying things. And it's been interesting to hear other parents talk about the opportunities that they've had to just take in moments with their children. And there are moments that you want to strangle them, but there's also been moments that you've really got to be there with them. And I know that we're all in so many ways ready to go back to normal, but I think God has taken this moment for each of us. I mean, we live hectic lives, and to be able to have all of that stuff taken from us, and then I'm hoping, if I have any hope for us along the way, is that we've now cleaned the slate. We'll be able to put the things of most value back on the table, as opposed to just putting everything on the table.
Yeah, and I'm reminded, big picture wise as well, that no matter what Satan's intention was with this whole thing, we've been seeing the whole Joseph story once again, where God really has brought some good things. And so instead of us automatically going, it's a reminder to us, one of the things we can get out of this, instead of automatically going to the worst case scenario, maybe we should start learning to walk through all of life and saying, so what is God going to do in this? And if you think about it, we've been talking about this between the three of us quite often. We're having an opportunity to minister to people we would have never had a chance to minister to had this not happened. God has set us up for ministry in the future that we would have never dreamed of had we not walked through this. And so in the midst of what do we get out of this? We get the understanding that we need to always have eyes wide open to just ask, so God, what are you doing? And how can we be a part of it?
Absolutely. Well, we're glad that you have an opportunity today to just listen into a brief table talk of some good things that God can do and is doing through this pandemic. And I hope that you'll take the moment this week to think through what are those things in your life as well.